Hi everyone, Armine Bazikyan here from Bazikyan Law Group, and this month I want to address a question that I get asked all the time, which is what's the difference between an S corporation and a C corporation? And I get asked this question all the time, and you probably hear it thrown around here and there, but have no clue why there are two different types of corporations that you can select from. But there are major differences that actually affect the outcome of the business profits, for example. So before you select the type of corporation that you should form and maintain for your business, you should always consult with an attorney. We are here to assist you, so feel free to call our office, and you should also consult with your accountant or your CPA because of the fact that these two different corporation types have different results with respect to taxation. So there are three major differences, and these are just some of the differences between an S Corp and a C Corp, but I'm going to highlight three of them this month for you. The main difference is taxation. In an S Corporation, we have what's called a flow-through taxation, where the profits that are being made by the corporation flow through to the shareholders, and they have the option of being taxed once. Versus in a C corporation, the corporation is actually taxed at the corporate level for the profits that it earns, and then once those profits are issued to the shareholders individually on their own income tax return will file and pay taxes on the profits they earn from the dividends from these shares of stock that they own in the C corporation. So just with taxation, there's a huge difference between these two types of entities. C corporation, you get taxed twice, once at the corporate level, once at the individual level, and then S corporation, you get taxed once. So there's a huge difference. The second thing that makes choosing between them a factor is what we call how attractive they are, or we look at how attractive the business entity would be for an investor looking to invest into the C corporation or S corporation. So in an S corporation, you're limited in the type of shareholders you can have, as well as the number of shareholders that you can have. So you can only have X amount of shareholders, for example, and they can only be certain types of people or entities. So when you form a business and you're looking to attract venture capital and investors, an S Corp is not necessarily going to be the best choice, versus in a C corporation, there's no limit to the number of shareholders you can have, or the types of shareholders, whether that's a U.S. citizen or not. So it's a very attractive vehicle for the types of businesses where the actual goal is to attract a wide variety and a number of investors into this corporation. And the third type is the types of shares that can actually be, the third difference is the type of shares that can actually be issued by these corporations. So in an S corporation, you have one class of shares that's issued to all the shareholders, meaning one type of share, one level of control or ownership, for example. Whereas in a C corporation, you can have multiple different types of class of shareholders. So you can have a Class A shareholder and a Class B shareholder, and they can actually have different rights with respect to their voting and whatnot. So you can actually classify people, these owners, the shareholders, differently in a C corporation, which might be advantageous for that type of business. It all depends on the type of business that you're doing at the end of the day. So if you want to learn more about the different types of entities that are available out there for your specific business, feel free to give us a call. We're more than happy to provide you with a free consultation. But always remember that you do have to not only consult with a legal attorney on these issues, but also a certified public accountant or an accountant in general when you're dealing with or asking yourself, what type of entity should I choose? Because at the end of the day, not only are your legal rights affected, but your taxes may be affected too based on the type of entity that you choose. So feel free to call our office. We provide free consultations, and we'll see you next month. Bye-bye.